Hello! Look at these effects only on my channel!
You need some help?
My name is Susie, welcome to my channel. You have no idea how much of a pain in the butt it's been to set all this up. My old camera decided to stop working, so I had to steal my husband's phone. Positive thing is that it is 4K instead of HD. It's my first time having an actually good camera. I look even uglier in 4K. I'm still trying to figure out what I want this channel exactly to be. I just know that I want to share bits and pieces of my life, you know, maybe to help people that are living my same situations, or maybe to inspire some, or even just for the future me to have something to look back at. So I'm still experimenting, and for today's video, I'm a real YouTuber having a bed as a background, some candles, and wait. That's better. In the last video, I shared with you my trip to Naples, and today I'm going to share with you something less fun, but just as adventurous. Colonoscopy prep. I have been sick lately, if you can't tell. You know, the crazy thing is that, like, until literally this morning, this thing was still full of blood and glue, you know, like the kind of glue that they use to, you know, glue your skin. And of course, today that I decided to do the video, it looks almost normal. However, today we're not gonna talk about this particular sickness, but about my tummy pains. Because one problem at a time is not enough for me, apparently. I have been sick for 2 years now. Every single day, every single hour. No matter what I eat, no matter what I do, I go from feeling slightly better to feeling awful, but never, ever good. Like, never 100%. Oh, I feel great today. None of that. And I've been such a healthy human until 2 years ago. It's miserable. Imagine having cramps, general pains, nausea, a lot of farts, sudden diarrhea even though there's no reason for it to be diarrhea. Just out of the blue. Same for intensity of my pain. It's unpredictable. After a bunch of tests that didn't detect my mysterious sickness, I finally convinced my gastroenterologist to let me do a colonoscopy. Only after having the appointment for the colonoscopy scheduled, I realized what it actually consists in. I mean, it's not that I didn't know what a colonoscopy is, but I just never thought into it with, you know, so much detail. If you don't know, my biggest fear ever is throwing up. And what does come with colonoscopy preparation for most people? Puke. Not only you have to drink a disgusting laxative, but you have to drink gallons of it. Gallons! Which leads to my second concern. I don't drink that much. I have like 1 glass of water a day. I know, it's not healthy. I'm working on it, actually. So a few weeks before my colonoscopy, I started practicing my drinking, and I would drink 2 liters of water a day, which is what you should do every day no matter what. But for me, it was a challenge. I don't know how it works in the hospitals in your country. In Italy, they give you a list of laxatives that you can choose from, and then they give you some instructions to go with it so you can get properly ready for the procedure. After doing a bunch of research, I decided to go with the COLONOSCOPY PREP because it sounded the most popular one. And I also went for the orange flavor instead of the classic lemony flavor because I like oranges, and I was like, that's gonna make it taste better. Spoiler alert, it didn't. The best way to describe the taste is probably, imagine putting Polase Sport, it's like mineral salts for, you know, sport. So imagine putting that into seawater and add extra salt, and then mix it and then drink it. That's the COLONOSCOPY PREP. However, no matter what poison you decide to use, you have to follow a very strict diet the 3 to 5 days previous your colonoscopy. Avoid anything with seeds, fruit, vegetables. It has to be a low fiber diet. And the list goes on. Just Google it. Because the hard part starts now. On my first attempt to prep, yes, there's more than one, there's more than two, there's three. I mixed the laxative as instructed and I put it in the fridge for a few hours before I started drinking it. That is actually a very, very good tip. Drinking it cold is way better than drinking it warm. Still tastes like shit, not gonna lie, but better.
Kind of smells like orange flavored carpet.
Do you think I'm gonna be able to drink it?
Yes, you'll be able to drink it.
Wrong. So when you start drinking this thing, you have to follow a schedule. In order for this thing to work, you have to chug 1 liter an hour, which means 1 or 2 glasses every 15 minutes, for a total of 1.5 liters of disgusting feces tasting drink, followed by at least another liter of clear liquids. Then repeat. Repeat! You have to do the whole process 2 times. And that's not even the worst laxative on the market. Some of them have you drink way more than that. And if you think that 1.5 liter of that thing is easy peasy, how wrong you are.
Ready? I'm ready. Oh, don't taste it though. You gotta put like this straw way back there so it skips your tongue.
I mean, it's awful, but not as awful as I was worried about.
That's good.
I'm probably gonna change my mind after the 4th glass that I drink of this,
Oh yeah.
but I think I might make it.
Wrong.
It doesn't taste like orange though. Alright, I'm gonna go to the toilet. I'll see you later. So we have a friend's show right in front of a beautiful, clean toilet. Clean for now. I forgot I was drinking that shit. I was like, Starbucks.
However, I did not make it all the way through. I was too worried about puking, so my throat just closed up and that was it. I still got diarrhea though because I spent the whole night running to the toilet in order to not poop my bed. And of course I still wasn't empty enough for the procedure because I did not follow the whole preparation. After I failed, everyone was like,
Ma dai, avresti dovuto bere tutto. Al massimo vomitavi. Bevevi ancora, vomitavi, bevevi ancora e vomitavi.
like, are you f***ing insane? Oh! Attempt number 2. Many months later, because I had to reschedule and it ain't easy. So I heard about this magical laxative called Citrafleet that apparently needs only 2 glasses to cleanse your colon. 2 glasses. Of course, I ran to the pharmacy and purchased this ripoff because that's all it is. A beautiful castle built on the clouds that then collapses and destroys your feelings. Too dramatic? I was very excited to try it and yet scared because I did not want to fail again. I followed the instructions to the dot. So when it was time, I chugged it. And actually, it tasted good, which made me suspicious. I had my first dose at 3 p.m. but started feeling some movements only about 7 p.m. Not much though. My dad got home, we started watching the last episode of the last season of Game of Thrones, and of course, this is when I started needing to poop. My trips to the toilet made this already long episode extra long, but at least I was happy that the medicine finally kicked in. When later at night I realized that my urge to poop was completely gone, I started freaking out. In the morning, I still had pieces of stool in my poop, which means that you're not ready for your colonoscopy because you have to run clear. Basically, you have to pee from your butt. This time though, I was extremely lucky because I found an extremely nice doctor that rescheduled me for the next morning, which was a huge plus because I was already almost empty, so there was no freaking way I would have not been ready for the next day. I ran to the pharmacy and this time I got COLONOSCOPY PREP. again, but this time original flavor. I was committed to get this thing down my throat no matter what. I'm sorry to interrupt the flow of the story, but of course it's a different day and I had to change my outfit because the sweater gave me a weird rush. I really cannot have just one disease at a time. Let's just go back to the story, please. I chugged the first glass of the movie prep without any problem. A very good idea is to stand while you're drinking because it kind of flows easier and you don't feel as full. Actually, the original flavor does taste better than the orange one. I mean, it is still disgusting. Basically, the orange flavor is the original one with added an extra flavor to it, which makes it just worse. It's like when you haven't taken showers for a day, you stink and you put perfume on. That is the taste of the movie prep orange flavor. While the classic flavor is just someone that did not shower but doesn't care, so just keeps stinking. I got to half of the second glass and I started feeling weak. But I had to do it! And then a miracle happened. I don't know how I got the idea, but for some reason I started drinking sips of Sprite in between the movie prep. And I usually hate Sprite, but it became my freaking best friend. It literally saved my butt. Basically, Sprite is as sweet as the laxative is salty. So with the perfect amount of Sprite mixed with the perfect amount of movie prep, you erase the taste. Which is awesome, not only because I didn't mind the taste of the laxative anymore, so no nausea. I also drank a whole lot of extra liquids, which is required anyway. As long as they are clear liquids, and Sprite clearly is a clear liquid. See what I did there? One thing that I did though is that I would always pour the Sprite into a glass and then mix it in order to get it as flat as possible. So of course the colonoscopy went finally well. I was probably the patient with the cleanest colon that day, or ever. After 2 rounds of laxatives and no food for days. The examination itself is not scary at all. It's actually quite interesting to see your insides on the screen. And personally, it did not hurt at all. I got some mild sedatives and the doctors were really nice and they made me feel really, really comfortable. If you're rich, probably not, or you wouldn't be watching this video. You can also consider doing a colon wash. Basically, they clean your colon with some sort of hose before the procedure. But in the end, I'm really happy that I powered through. So I'm sorry for making a 10 minutes video just to basically tell you to make Sprite with movie prep in order to get a pleasant colonoscopy preparation. But I hope you enjoyed my story. Thank you so much for watching. I had a great time making this video. Even though technology failed on me multiple times, my camera abandoned me, my computer couldn't keep up with 4K editing, the lighting is awful. This really is the type of video that I would have wanted to watch when I was getting ready for my colonoscopy. So if you're here because you're getting ready for your colonoscopy, good luck, and I hope I was a little bit helpful. But if you're here to get entertained, I hope I did entertain you. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe. I have a whole lot of stories that are worth sharing. And of course, please share your colonoscopy experience in the comments. Bye! Actually, bye!